Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Garth Farm's noisy cows. So, first thing we want to do, as always now, this is pretty much what we do every episode at the very beginning. So, cows. Hereford, average, very low, okay. But I do have good news because I checked already. Earl is old enough to do the deed, and Unity is pregnant with one baby, expected next August. Spotty Maggie, not yet. And Whisper, also pregnant with one baby, expected next August. So Jody and Spotty Maggie are still ready for Earl to do his thing. Uma is a little young, we've still got a little bit of time left. So, no cows. But what we do have is... look at this! So, we've got a Ford 976 with a Vardestad cultivator here, and here we've got a 8RT with, I don't remember what brand that is. Horsch. There we go. We've picked up these two contracts. They are worth about 18,000. So that's pretty good going. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this one. This is field TAF, which we did last time, so I don't think we're going to field work this one. We'll start work on the centre. Okay. There we go. Let's try again. Now he's generating. Now he's generating. There we go. So, first waypoint. Yeah, we are starting on the centres, aren't we? Yes. Okay, so where is that start point? Oh, it's all the way over there. That's a fair distance. So yeah, we're going to let this guy rock on with this job, and we are going to rock on with our job, which is cultivating in the other field. And that's just because we did TAF last time, so let the worker do TAF. I was going to let the worker do one of the fields, I just didn't know which one. So, yeah, that was not great steering. And there we go. So, get him on his way, first waypoint, and go. Okay. And here we are. So, we need to get ourselves a course set up. That'll be the first thing. 3 headlands, okay. I'm fine with 3 headlands, I've got no issue with that. Ooh, that's a good engine sound. It's a really good engine sound. So, get ourselves unfolded. I think we might have to readjust ourselves a little. This is a big machine, a big tractor, for not the widest cultivator. But, get started. There we go. So I don't know how long this is going to take. I am actually hoping that I can do this episode without a time-lapse. Now, in terms of what else we need to do, we are doing well in terms of the money. We have enough food. The, what are they called? The cows, that's the ones. They do have enough food at the moment, and we have plenty that we can feed them. So we're okay with that. What I am thinking of doing is taking that small grass field, so this one here, I'm thinking that maybe I turn that into a cornfield so that next year we can make corn silage. I think that would be quite a good idea. I can tell already I'm going to have trouble with the audio on this episode because that tractor is just so loud. I'm going to have to be fiddling a lot to get the audio levels right. Yeah, so I'm thinking we could maybe do corn. Now, I need to check do it in a second. I'm not sure when corn gets planted. April. Okay, so we've got the whole of winter to prepare. I was going to say we could put oilseed radish in, but we can't. But we can get a cut off that field. What would we do with the cut? Because the silage bunker is full. We could make grass bales and put them under cover and then wrap them at a later time, I guess. But I don't know if I want to do that, because I currently have no intention of doing wrapped bales ever. I'm thinking that we will always be doing silage in the bunker. It takes longer, but as long as we stock up on TMR, we should be fine. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't just want to plough it in. I'm going to have to plough it in anyway. But I don't want to plough it in when it's ready for cutting, which it is at the moment. Because I didn't do that one when I did the other three at the very beginning of the series. That one is just completely ready to be harvested. And it does seem like it would be a very big waste for me to just plough it straight in. We could make hay, but making hay in, it will be November, is A, not very realistic, and B, not very realistic. I did have a B in mind, but I forgot it. So, yeah, I think it's going to have to be cut it as grass, and as the silo is currently occupied with silage, I think we're going to have to put him in, make grass bales. We could feed that to the cows, but I think there's going to be more than we need to feed them with. Decisions, decisions, decisions. What to do? I'll have a think about it. For now, we are, I was going to say ploughing our way through this. We're cultivating our way through this. The other one was blocked. He seems to have sorted himself out though. And this is a very nice tractor. It is a little bit big for the roads and the fields around here. It's not really necessary. Now the T8, I think it's a T8, the T8 that I got on the 5 Minute Farm, that came up in the sale. That was an absolute bargain, and that is just right, because there are bigger fields on Frauenstetten, but there's also small roads, so it works quite well to have something like the T8, which will fit down the roads but has got plenty of oomph, plenty of power. Look at that tree swaying. It's really going for it. Yeah, I think that's what we're probably gonna want to stick to on here as well, is something small or reasonable size but with a big engine. Something like this is just far too big. And speaking of sales, what's in there today? Ooh, an N series. An N series for 50,000. Ooh. Ooh. Now with a 3-point on the front, it's 55,000. I take it off. I just leave it as a front weight. Ooh. Whoops. Now I'm thinking we're actually going to have enough money to buy that once we've done these 2 contracts. But do we need it? If I buy that, then we're going to have to pick up another contract today just so that we have enough money to pay. Because what are we getting for these? What did I say? 18,000. That'll give us 53. 54. And that would not be enough for us to pay for our financing. Plus, I'm a little worried about what jobs, what contracts we might have coming up during winter. If we need to, I will skip winter. Are there any other contracts that we could grab just to top ourselves up a little? There's the bale wrapping contracts. Harvesting ones are no good. I've already looked at them, yeah. Oh, we could sell some silage. We could sell some hay. Do I want to? Do I want to? It would be nice to get that end series. I think what we'll do is we'll get these 2 contracts done. We will see how much money we have. I need to make sure I keep money for the financing and also to refill the fuel tank, because if the fuel tank runs out, then we're stuffed. So we really have to keep enough money for that. Maybe we can get the end series and sell some silage. Ooh. Or maybe I just play it sensible and wait for the next tractor when we've got more money. Because like I say, there's no guarantee that there'll be any contracts during winter. So I could end up with absolutely nothing. Which means no income during winter apart from the silage and hay we've got, which we could sell. We could sell some of it to keep us going if we need to, but I don't want to. I don't know. Right. I'm going to get this set of... I'm going to call them skip rows because I am kind of skipping the rows. I'm going to get this set done and then I think we will jump ahead a bit. Until we are nearly done with this contract and hopefully nearly done with the other contract as well. He is taking longer though, but it is a bigger field. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I will now continue, and I'll see you when we are closer to the end of the job. Just starting the last headland then, and I have come to a conclusion while I've been doing this. I am not going to get the end series voucher for one particular reason, and it's not to do with the money, it's more to do with what we need on the farm. That is a 145 horsepower tractor. We currently have a 175. If we were going to get anything, I would rather we got a slightly bigger tractor that we could then fit a front and rear mower onto it. Preferably rear mower being butterfly. As we couldn't do that with that tractor, I just don't see the point in spending all of our money, more than all of our money, on a tractor that just doesn't really add anything to the farm. Yes, it looks nice, but it's not going to be of benefit. So, instead what I am going to do, because I now feel like I need to buy something, I am going to get us a trailer. Now that is because we do have more silage than we're going to need. We have a trailer already that we can use for moving the hay bales, if we want to sell some of them. We've got 203,000 litres of hay. And we've got about 186,000 litres of silage, I think. So if we want to get some of that silage sold to make some extra cash, we can do. But we first need a trailer. We have a front loader for the John Deere, and that front loader also has a bucket tool. I bought one. So what we're missing is just a trailer to dump it all into. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go up to the shop, we're going to have a look at some cheap trailers. This is not the tidiest. we're going to have a look at some cheapish trailers and see what we can get. Because we have still got time left. We are 3% of the way from finished. The other farmer, the other worker, is still at 71%. So we've got a little bit of time to mess around and do this kind of thing before he's finished. So I think it would be a good idea. So we'll get this done. And then finish this contract. Get ourselves just a small trailer. It doesn't need to be massive. If I want to sell... There we go, we're done. If I want to sell some silage, I'm not going to be selling, 100, 200,000 litres of silage. At least not at this stage of the game, I'm not. Maybe later on, might get to that point. So, let's get out of here. And first contract, we'll just do a quick double check. Nothing interesting. So we complete that one for 7265. Lovely. Now, I just want to check. Okay, there is a John Deere, but that's quite large. So, trailers. That is way too small. That is 1.6. That is 6 to 10. Now, what I do have, I think... Yeah, I have the Bailey high lift, but that's quite expensive. I want something cheap. The EDK, yeah, that works. Now this is a fantastic trailer. I have actually been using this on my own save game. 11,000 with some Continentals. Ooh, Continental Twins look quite cool. Trelleborg. BKT looks alright. Wittgenstein. I think... So we've got two types of Continental, actually. One with kind of ridges. Okay. One which is smooth. And we've got this one here. Okay. I think I'm going to go with the BKTs. Colour. I'm very tempted. What does it look like in John Deere green? Doesn't look too bad. No, doesn't look too bad at all. But rim colour, I think I'm going to make them jet black. Ooh, that looks garish, but I still like it. Okay, we're going to leave the 53 HDN or DNF. Somehow I did. Okay. Do we even have a light? Yeah, we do. Okay, so we're going to buy that straight out. Now this is great because 16,500 litres. Oh, for goodness sake. He keeps doing this. He's not doing very well, to be honest. Where are you supposed to be going next? Okay. So you're supposed to be going by here. Which means we will just back you up so that you can go that way. Now instead of last waypoint, I'm going to do nearest. And then I will drive him forward. And I should be able to press play. And yes, he's off. Okay, great stuff. So now let's go to the John Deere. And let's quickly head up to the shop. So, yeah, we're not going to sell off all of our silage, but we can sell some. We can definitely sell some because we don't need it all. And we're going to need to pay for a mixing wagon at some point. We need a straw blower. There's a mixing wagon on Mod Hub that I saw recently that I like the look of. It's not too big, so it would do our size of farm quite well. Straw blower as well. I'm going to need one of them. But these are all things that we need to invest in. So we need to keep the money rolling in. And silage is still, in 25, a great way of keeping the money rolling in. Hay is also not bad. But wrapped silage bales, for example, bring in absolute fortune. which is why I'm kind of umming and ahhing about it. I don't want to be chasing money, but at the same time we do need to buy stuff, and we want to get new equipment, explore new areas of the map. We've got an entire area, you can see it on the map at the moment, it's called Barren. In fact, maybe we go and have a look at Barren very quickly. I think we get there through here. No, is this the animal dealer? It is. Listen, if I do that. That's brilliant. The sound of an auctioneer in a market. Right, I have no idea how we get to Barren actually. It must be as if we're coming up from the fields we just cultivated. That's annoying. Right, we don't go in there, I've made that mistake. But we do go in here, and here we go. Get ourselves hooked up to that. How does this look? Well, it looks nice. Someone's going to tell me it looks horrible. I'm sure. I do like colour matching if I can. The front loader I've got for this is John Deere green. The bucket is also John Deere green, because the bucket I got was one where you could set the colour. You can't on all of them, but the one I got you could. The bale spike, I don't remember, is the bale spike green or not? I really can't remember. Yeah, I lost my trail of thought. So Barren, we can't get to it from here, but Barren is just a piece of barren land. There is nothing there. So it is the perfect place for us to put down productions. But we need to buy the field first, and then we need to be able to afford the productions. So keeping money rolling is a good idea. Definitely. So I think what we're going to do is, while we wait for that cultivating job to finish, we will fill this guy up once, and probably by that point that'll be the end of the episode anyway, in terms of recording time, but also in terms of the cultivating being done. Now, I need to do this in a sensible way, because I need room to be able to back out easily. So, if I go by here, I think that still works. So, we'll go round and get our front loader and our bucket. Got a feeling that I put the bale spike in front of the bucket. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, and the answer to the question, what colour is the bale spike? It is green. He's on. So the bale spike's green and the bucket's green. Everything's green. It's like that famous song. I'm green, da ba dee da ba da. Yeah, I did just sing. I won't do it again, don't worry. This is my bucket, isn't it? Oh, it's not a bucket. Oh, clumsy fool. That's my leveller. Right, the bucket. I forgot about that. Did I buy the leveller, or did I lease it? Please say I bought it. I did. Okay, I was really worried that I had a piece of leased equipment sitting around doing nothing. So the bucket then is just in here on the left. I love that noise. Here he is. We could put the weight on, but I don't think we need it. We're just doing a single bucket at a time. We're not doing 3 bales. So the bucket, the answer to the question about the bucket colour is, it is not green. Now I'm just going to lift him up so that I don't make a mess. Oh, I've left my window open and a daddy longlegs. Well, no. A daddy longlegs or a giant mosquito? I think it's a giant mosquito, which means I might have to just go and dispose of that. Because I am getting bitten by mosquitoes every night recently. Yeah, I'm just going to go and fix that a second. Right, that is sorted. So, unblanket. Oh, I do hate these. I have so many problems with the blankets in FS that they end up staying. Oh, fiddlesticks. We don't have... I forgot that we don't have the manual mod. There was that brilliant mod in 22 where you could manually put the covers on and off. We don't have that, and I left the covers on. So, cover off. Now, we can finally start work. By the time we actually get this done, the cultivating is going to be completely finished. So I'm going to do this in third person, because I'm going to turn my FPS off. I've gone from the episode being too short to now I feel like I have to rush to get it all done. And you see, 1,000 litres is going to take a long time, which is why I'm a big fan of belts. I mean, I guess at some point we're going to need a wheel loader. Wheel loader would make this job nice and quick, because there are some very big buckets available for wheel loaders. So over we go. Because the thing as well is I want to make sure this goes into the trailer and not into the cow's food trough. It does appear to be going into the trailer, but I should double check that. My monitor has just decided that it wants to do its screen optimization. That's better. I tried to let it do the screen optimization once, and it didn't seem to do anything. It just meant that it came back after about 20 minutes, said it had done something when it hadn't. Right, the contract is now finished. So that's now 3,000. Yeah, so you can see this is not the quickest job. In fact, it's so slow. I think we're probably going to end up buying a belt, because belts are cheaper than wheel loaders. But we will see. I know the Courseplay course is finished. You do not have to tell me. So, is that 4,000? I think so. Let's just head over here. We can complete this contract. There we go. So we're now up at 41. That's pretty good still. And what's the price of silage? Valley Market. It's 363 per 1,000 litres. Oh, the game did this to me last time after I jumped out of a contract vehicle. Yeah, okay. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this trailer filled off camera. This was just kind of a time filler, to be honest. So I will carry on. I'll get him all filled up off camera. And next episode, we'll see. Maybe we'll sell it, maybe there'll be a contract. But basically, we're going to have a trailer full of silage that is ready to be sold whenever we need to. So for now, that is going to be it from the farm. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.